Hi, this is Jeff Davis with the Davis Group, and you're watching another edition of Real Estate Today. I'm going to continue on the topic of building wealth with real estate. We've talked about home ownership, we've talked about investment property. Today, I want to talk about the concept of cash flow. Now, I'm a little biased when it comes to cash flow because many investors invest for a lot of different reasons. To be honest with you, cash flow for me is probably at the top of the list because I do believe in appreciation, tax benefits, and all the other things that come along with having real estate. But I have found cash flow to be by far, for me, again, the best benefit. And let me give you a little history. My first investment property I bought from a woman that had a couple of properties, and the property she was selling was a brick duplex. It was, I believe, two or three bedrooms each, or one was a three bedroom, the other was a two. But I know that, as I remember, the rents were $800 for each unit, so that was $1,600 a month. She sold me the property for $120,000. We were able to put together a very, very creative deal. It was for my first time in real estate. I had a full time job. I was trying to see how to supplement my income, so I wanted to start doing some things with real estate. And what made this house a good investment for me is that all of the utilities were paid by the tenants. And my mortgage payment at that time was around $1,150 a month. So here I am collecting $800 from each tenant, and I'm paying out $1,150. That was $450 a month. That was mine. So here I am, I've got a job, and the first couple of months it began to dawn on me what it was like to have an extra $450. Now, I know that's not a lot of money. I know that it's not enough to quit your job and to say, hey, I'm just going to, manage this one building. But what it did for me, it allowed me to be able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. I mean, if I wanted to go out and buy a suit, if I wanted to go out and buy some shoes, if I wanted to go out to dinner, if I wanted to save some money that I didn't have to touch, I found that there were things that I could do with this money. And since I was in a position where my job was meeting all of my needs, it just wasn't giving me enough extra. This extra money began to look really good to me. So much so that I had developed this mentality of cash flow. And I tried to make it where everything I bought moving forward would have cash flow because I would rather have cash and the problems that cash brings than to have no cash. I would rather be in a place where I'm able to use the cash instead of credit, if possible, to be able to take the additional cash and save the money to help buy additional properties. I remember the third property that I bought was a 3 unit that I had to go into and actually do some work. But one of the apartments was large. It was actually one large apartment on the first floor, and then you had two smaller apartments on the second floor. And I remember back then, again, this was way back in the day when I first got started, I bought that property because it needed repairs for about $85,000. I had to go and put some money into it because it was vacant, but I got all three apartments rented out. And I remember back then that my payments on that property were somewhere in the area of about 800, a little over $800 a month. And I think I had some other little expenses with it. So let's say it rounded up to about $1,000 is what I was coming out of pocket every month for this property. But this property rented, combined all three apartments, for $2,000 a month. So every month I walked away with $1,000. And then I looked at the other property that was doing $450. So here I was, $450, $1,000. Now I've got $17,000 a year coming in. And the only thing I have to do is kind of just, deal with a couple of tenants and make sure everything's moving the way it's supposed to. That, for me, forever settled in my mind the thought that if you're going to build wealth, build real wealth, build wealth quickly, cash flow must become king. Well, this is what we do. We do real estate. We're in Long Beach, California. We cover all of Southern California. So if you're looking to sell, looking to buy, looking to invest, even if you're not in our market, but you've got some questions, if there's anything we can do to help you, we will. Until the next time, this is Jeff Davis. You've been watching Real Estate Today, And we at the Davis Group would say to you, keep on looking for your next property.